Introducing the all-new Mazda Metro. You'll find anything goes in a Metro.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Huh?
I see the smart pills are finally working.
So, Drew, how's the double dating going?
Lisa couldn't be happier. It's like we're finally a normal couple. And Kate is being such a good sport. She stopped banging on the trunk after about 5 minutes. Kate, you remember Arlene Soderquist?
Arlene Easy Soderquist? The girl that went out with every guy in school?
No, it must have been somebody else.
It's the talk of the town.
They will be the M&M Light Blues.
The Carlton Club Super Scoop.
You're from Broadmeadows, Ed?
Yeah,
I thought you told me you were from Krypton.
And Jason's bravest play gets.
That is it.
The Footy Show, 9:30 Thursday on 9.
Hello?
Mother! Are you coming over for a holiday? And you want to come and see us? For a week?
Sure, Mum, you can sleep on the sofa bed. Yeah, as long as you like.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hi, Rhonda? Okay, so that's a sofa bed, two-seater, folds out to a double bed.
Want to sell it fast? Ring Rhonda from Reader's Mart. 13 11 13.
Are you sure I'm not putting you out, darling?
No, of course not.
If you own a Ford, any Ford, from this cute little Festiva to a Ford LTD, then it makes a lot of sense to have it serviced regularly at your local Ford dealer. And here's another good reason.
The $99 Ford Care Service offer. Road test, lube, oil filter change, engine tune, replace spark plugs, points, inspect hoses, belts, brakes and aircon, all just $99.
Now, do you need any more reasons why your Ford, no matter what Ford model, is better off at your local authorised Ford dealer?
Hey, Aussie! Aussie! This lucky day, you buy chill! Chance you win week at Bali Troposon with 7 Aussie mates and get $2,000 for extra good party time! Grab entry form where you buy chill! Hey man, maybe I see you and Aussie mates. Party on chill! Hey Aussie, you win! Bring friends, I plait your hair! Hey, Aussie!
Missing the fax at home? For fax machines, the answer is Tandy. At $279, the FX1200 Telephone Tech Home Fax is real value. Plus, the FX1300 with cutter at $329 lets you have all the fax cut to size in your home.
Coming up, your very first look behind the curtain of the decade's most spectacular dance phenomenon. Riverdance, A Journey is next on 9.
You said what?
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. What an idiot I am. I almost beat up Jay and humiliated him in front of everybody at the Warsaw.
Ooh, that was close. What was your plan? Tire him out by letting him beat the crap out of you?
You know, I've never been upset with a friend over a woman before. I've been upset over a woman with a friend, and then once with a man about a dog, and once with a dog about a burger. That's how I got this. But never with a friend over a woman.
Goodman! Can you hear me? There's some real wackos in this house. Johnny, they got a pool table in the yard. Yeah. There's a guy with a flat top, like Curly's twin. Don't get him out of the house.
This program proudly brought to you by Arnott's Tim Tams and Perth Reds.
Get some cash for your trash at the original Trash and Treasure this coming Sunday undercover in the Orchard 3B car park. Busier than ever with lots of room, lots of fun and lots of bargains. Sellers admitted from 6 a.m, only $5 a bay, entry from Murray Street. Buyers admitted from 8 a.m. with undercover parking off Elder Street. Trash and Treasure this coming Sunday. A Channel 9 appeal-a-thon project conducted by Floreat Lines with proud support from Radio 6PR and the City of Perth. Newsbreak, brought to you by National Mutual.
Good evening, I'm Tina Altieri. Crime Stoppers has now received more than 3,000 calls about the disappearance of Kira Glennon. No breakthroughs so far, but a heart-rending plea from Kira's father.
We just need your help and your prayers.
Briefly, in other news, Australian research shows that ultrasound testing fails to reveal fetal defects in 40% of pregnancies. And a diamond touch today atop Perth's long-standing ore obelisk, updating our tribute to WA's mining industry. And Todd, the weather details.
The weather stays fine, Tina. A good day tomorrow with light winds tonight and an afternoon sea breeze. Tonight getting down to 13 degrees, maybe a bit cooler. And the maximum tomorrow is forecast at 27. And staying with the numbers, the Oz Lotto winning numbers for tonight are 15, 43, number 3, 34, 45 and 28. The supplementaries being 44 and 42.
Thanks, Todd, and thanks for your company tonight. Join us again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Bye for now.
On a current affair.
Remember little Drew, the 4-year-old boy condemned to life in hospital?
We won't give up till we get him home.
Now your generosity has set him free. And he's home at last.
Words can't describe how happy we are.
Tomorrow, 6:30.
To build a future for yourself and your family, you need a strong financial base. Otherwise, you're building on shifting sands. National Mutual can provide you with that strong financial base in everything from financial planning and investments to superannuation, home loans and wills. And we have one other great strength. We listen. So whatever your goals are, talk to us about them and get the strength of National Mutual working for you.
Tonight's Riverdance special is proudly brought to you by ANZ MoneySaver Home Loan. Wednesday night at the movies.
Let her go. Forgive me, my darling.
2 separate murders interwoven into one powerful mystery.
Perhaps you're just late dressing up in women's clothing.
Quality British drama with more twists.
It's not natural.
More turns.
So she's our murderer.
Than ever before.
Shall I let you into a secret?
Do you have what it takes to solve the mystery?
There's a body you should be looking for.
For the first time on television. No. Tact Babushka, Wednesday 8:30 on Channel 9.
When you're paying off your home loan with some lenders, the years seem to crawl by. But with an ANZ MoneySaver home loan, you get a low variable rate of 6.9% per annum. You can make extra payments of any amount at any time, and because there's no minimum term or catches, you can pay the loan off as soon as you like. So why hang about when you can make your home loan go faster with an ANZ MoneySaver home loan?
Fresh from the sun-blessed orchards of the famous Riverland comes Cruster orange juice. Renowned for unsurpassed taste and freshness, Cruster juices are squeezed daily from 100% Australian oranges. For a truly great orange juice experience, look now for Cruster. You'll love the natural freshness and real orange taste of 100% Australian oranges. Cruster, now fresh in the West.
There's a lot that makes the new limited edition Commodore Esteem very hard to resist, including power windows, air conditioning, and stunning alloy wheels. With all these extras at no extra cost, the new limited edition Esteem will disappear fast.
To make Dolmio's chunky bolognese sauce, we start with the freshest vegetables. Chopped to get a chunky sauce unlike any other, then blended with herbs and spices to give you a true Italian flavor.
That's so delicious, Mama. And chunky.
Dolmio Chunky Bolognese Sauce. We put the good things in, so you'll wear the Dolmio grin.
The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. I know the only one for me can only be you. The more I see you, the more I see you. As years go by.
Coming soon, your first look at Good Guys, Bad Guys.
What do we do now? We check it out.
Marcus Graham is a former cop from a family of criminals.
It had nothing to do with me.
Well, someone thinks it does.
Caught between good and bad.
Piggy in the middle. Ex-piggy in the middle.
A brand new Australian series.
You're everything a woman should avoid, but I doubt I'll take much notice.
Do you want me to wipe that smile right off your face?
Marcus Graham in the world premiere of Good Guys, Bad Guys, coming soon on 9.
When you're paying off your home loan with some lenders, the years seem to crawl by. But with an ANZ MoneySaver home loan, you get a low variable rate of 6.9% per annum. You can make extra payments of any amount at any time, and because there's no minimum term or catches, you can pay the loan off as soon as you like. So why hang about when you can make your home loan go faster with an ANZ MoneySaver home loan?
Nothing can give you a cool mental lift like Street Solero. Exotic fruit puree and creamy vanilla ice cream all in one.
Street Solero, the mind cooler.
During Retrovision's Homemaker Savings, you'll find everything electrical to make your home a better place to live.
There's $40 off this feature pack Samsung fax. You'll pay just $299.
You can set and forget this Breville Bread Bakery and you'll pay only $219.
And save $30 on this Mitsubishi 34cm colour TV with on-screen display. It's all in your Retrovision Homemaker Savings catalogue.
Buy anywhere else and you'll pay too much.
At 50 kilometres an hour, a car equipped with the best tyres and brakes and driven by a professional driver takes this far to stop. At 60 kilometres an hour this time. Now at 70 kilometres an hour. No matter how good a driver you are, or what kind of car you drive, the faster you go, the longer you need to stop.
On Our House Wednesday.
The challenge to transform this kitchen for under $500.
It just looks 100% better.
The artist doing great things with garbage, and Reg checks out a luxurious log house.
Great attention to detail.
Our House, 7:30 Wednesday on 9.
When you're paying off your home loan with some lenders, the years seem to crawl by. But with an ANZ MoneySaver home loan, you get a low variable rate of 6.9% per annum. You can make extra payments of any amount at any time, and because there's no minimum term or catches, you can pay the loan off as soon as you like. So why hang about when you can make your home loan go faster with an ANZ MoneySaver home loan?
How does a $3.25 breakfast at McDonald's sound? You get a bacon and egg McMuffin with a hash brown and a coffee. At $3.25, a McDonald's breakfast has never sounded better.
Street Solero, the mind cooler.
Yeah.
Bonjour! In France, people are crazy about the delicious taste of your play. Big, fruity your play. Voila! So smooth, so creamy.
Montez, montez, mon petit, montez. Allons, 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 montez. Sur le côté, tirez. Attention, attention. Restez là, restez là.
Everyone loves the big, fruity taste of your play.
Merci.
Your play is French for yogurt.
Unreal! Hey, Ted, wait!
Hey!
Oh, there he is!
This year, around 400,000 of our members will need medical treatment. And HBF will be there for each and every one of them. So if you want the best of care, follow the leader.
Hi, Ted. I see you brought some of your friends.
Are you with HBF?
Wednesday on Good Medicine, meet the Brain Attack team. It could save your life.
My life is back to normal.
Plus, getting the green light when it's safe to have sex. And the extraordinary steps one person took to look younger.
Oh, my God.
Good Medicine, 8 o'clock Wednesday on 9.
Bonjour! In France, people are crazy about your play. Big, fruity your play. So smooth, so creamy.
Montez, montez, mon petit, montez. Allons, 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 montez. Attention, attention.
Restez là, Everyone loves the big, fruity taste of your play.
Merci.
Your play is French for yogurt.
The Remington Dustaway Mark II is so powerful, it outdoes even the strongest competition. Remington Dustaway Mark II, the new power in cleaning.
Right now, you can get the Red Rooster Chicken and Chips Pack plus a Coke for just $3.95. That's a quarter barbecue chicken plus chips plus a Coke, all for just $3.95. The Red Rooster Chicken and Chips Pack plus a Coke, now only $3.95. But hurry, offer must end soon.
Talk of the town.
They will be the M&M Light Blues.
The Carlton Club Super Scoop.
You're from Broadmeadows, Ed? I thought you told me you were from Krypton.
And Jason's bravest play yet.
That is it.
The Footy Show, 9:30 Thursday on 9.
Tonight's Riverdance special was proudly brought to you by ANZ Money Saver Home Loan.
Friday night.
You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5?
Screen legend Clint Eastwood.
Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself and all this excitement.
Making his own rules.
Being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world.
In the original action blockbuster Dirty Harry.
You've got to ask yourself a question.
Classic Clint.
Do I feel lucky?
In his classic role.
Well, do you, punk?
Dirty Harry, 8:30 Friday night on 9. This program proudly brought to you by Aqua Technics and Cash Converters.
$8:30 Saturday.
You ready to battle the unseen enemy?
The Pretender's deadliest mission.
My God, man, it's an airborne virus.
Get the glove off.
A lethal research project.
Who the hell are you? Well, I sure as hell am not Florence Nightingale.
The Pretender, Saturday on 9.
Now, Cash Converters joins forces with Telstra to offer one of Australia's biggest mobile net services. With 140 Cash Converters mobile net premium outlets nationwide, we're talking digital bargains, talking on Ericsson, talking on Motorola, talking on Nokia. You can sell, upgrade, or even trade your old mobile on a brand new digital, and we can connect you while you wait. Come in and talk a digital mobile bargain at your nearest Cash Converters store.
Finding the right wine to go with your favorite food can often seem a complete puzzle. Now Liquorland show the way with a complete system. Clear symbols tell you the exact food that goes with each of their wines. Try the food and wine matching system that opens up a whole new world at Liquorland, where wine and food come together.
I'm supposed to be testing this new chum. Doesn't look very new. It says here that it's supposed to be even chumpier. Well, I'm going to need some help. OK, Ted, bring her in. Start carving. Hey, they've managed to make it even chumpier. And as you can see, it's creating quite a buzz. Chum, so chumpy, you can carve it.
How do Sizzler do it for the price?
Cut.
How do Sizzler do it for the price?
Cut.
For the price.
Cut.
How do?
Cut. Look, it's a really big deal. They're offering a nice juicy steak, soup, pasta, salad, fruit and dessert, all for just $12.95. That's it. We'll call it the offer that's too good for words.
The offer that's too good for words. At Sizzler, now.
They've lived since time immemorial, waging a war for the ultimate prize.
He wins the prize. Mortal man would suffer an eternity of darkness.
Sean Connery, Christopher Lambert.
There can be only one.
Highlander, 9:30 Saturday on 9.
Colleagues, having fully immersed myself in the problem and how to save at Easter, my research shows you can save heaps on all sorts of goodies.
Like Coca-Cola drinks, only $1.17. Meadowlea margarine, a low $1.37. And Farmland Easter buns, 8 for the price of 6, just $2.47 a pack.
So as you can see, my qualified expert research proves that for saving, Coles is the expert's choice for Easter.
If you're thinking of moving to a better home loan, take advantage of our success. We've dropped our standard variable rate to 7.55% and our economiser interest rate to a low 6.95%. And for a limited time, we'll also help you with up to $1,000 towards the costs of moving your home loan to us. So hurry and call Australia's leading home loan bank. Which bank? The Commonwealth Bank.
Enjoy.
With no beer.
Strongbow, sweet or draft.
Everyday combos at Chicken Treat. A chicken fillet burger plus a Coke plus chips for only $4.25 every day and night at Chicken Treat. That's the chicken fillet burger combo. Just one of the $4.25 combos you get every day at Chicken Treat.
Fresh from the sun-blessed orchards of the famous Riverland comes Cruster orange juice, renowned for unsurpassed taste and freshness. Cruster juices are squeezed daily from 100% Australian oranges. For a truly great orange juice experience, look now for Cruster. You'll love the natural freshness and real orange taste of 100% Australian oranges. Cruster, now fresh in the West.
G'day. About this time, we normally have Beau's big birthday sale. Well, this year we decided to keep it quiet. You see, Beau's been getting a bit touchy about his age. So...
Dave, why are you wishing me to that camera?
No reason, Beau.
Dave's no reason in particular sale. Tyres at unbeatable prices. Call 132381 for your nearest Beau Repairs store.
Place to be. Whoa, shopping the Swedish way, incredible things to see. I hear you're incredible, the incredible furniture store. I hear.
The brewers at the Swan Brewery have been blending the world's finest ingredients for 139 years. This experience has been handed down ever since, and it has ended up here with 1857 bitter.
Your Sunday night action movie. A stunning true story of life inside the mafia.
Always keep your mouth shut.
Oscar winners Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. Goodfellas, 8:30 Sunday on 9.
Finding the right wine to go with your favourite food can often seem a complete puzzle. Now Liquorland show the way with a complete system. Clear symbols tell you the exact food that goes with each of their wines. Try the food and wine matching system that opens up a whole new world at Liquorland, where wine and food come together.
I still remember getting my first candy from my grandfather. It was Werther's Original, and I was 4. I'll never forget that first taste. Sweet and creamy, and just plain good. I felt I was really somebody special. Now, I am the grandfather. And what else would I give my little grandson but my Werther's Original? He's somebody special, too.
Smooth, refreshing, totally unspoiled. Hey, it's up to us to protect something so pure. I'm playing my part.
How about you?
For over 30 years, Archie Martin Box has brought you the best in quality, service and value. So who better to trust when buying a computer for your home or office? Our new specialist computer centres have Perth's biggest range of PCs and software, the best in professional advice and prices that just won't be beaten. See the difference at an Archie Martin Box Specialist Computer Centre, the name you can trust in home and office computing. Now open at City West and...
Coming up, a father's emotional plea as police hunt a serial killer. Anger over the RSL's move to ban children from Anzac Day marches. And after another series win, Mark Taylor says he's staying put. Join us next.
If you own a Ford, any Ford, from this cute little Festiva to a Ford LTD, then it makes a lot of sense to have it serviced regularly at your local Ford dealer. And here's another good reason.
The $99 Ford Care Service offer. Road test, lube, oil filter change, engine tune, replace spark plugs, points, inspect hoses, belts, brakes and aircon, all just $99.
Now, do you need any more reasons why your Ford, no matter what Ford model, is better off at your local authorised Ford dealer?
Not all the milk available to you is from Western Australian dairy farms, and not all of it is fresh. So, if you want only the natural, great taste of fresh milk, look for the WA Dairy Fresh Daisy and pick it. It's your sign that it's Western Australian fresh.
G'day. About this time, we normally have Beau's big birthday sale. Well, this year we decided to keep it quiet. You see, Beau's been getting a bit touchy about his age. So...
Dave, why are you wishing me to that camera?
No reason, Beau.
Dave's no reason in particular sale. Tyres at unbeatable prices. Call 132381 for your nearest Bow Repair store.
How do Sizzler do it for the price?
Cut.
For the price?
Cut. Look, they're offering a nice juicy steak and 5 courses for just $12.95. That's it.
The offer that's too good for words at Sizzler now.
This program proudly brought to you by Aqua Technics and Cash Converters. Don't forget to turn your sprinklers off tonight. Please keep up the good work.
Papua New Guinea's crisis eases as military chief accepts his sacking. RSL split as children get marched from Anzac Day. And a series win, but pressure stays on Mark Taylor.
From National 9 News, this is Nightline with Gina Boone.
Good evening. The federal government has taken a more threatening stance with Papua New Guinea over its plans to use mercenaries in Bougainville. The Prime Minister has warned of significant consequences. Australian aid has not been officially mentioned, but it remains Canberra's only real leverage. Meanwhile, there's an uneasy truce in PNG after rebel Brigadier General Jerry Singirock accepted his dismissal. Laurie Wilson has our report.
The situation remains calm in Port Moresby, fears of a possible confrontation between police and the armed forces proving unfounded, despite strong support within the army for their sacked commander.
Gentlemen, are you going to stay with me and support the commander?
Yeah! But Brigadier General Singirock accepted his dismissal without dissent, abandoning any hope of forcing Prime Minister Sir Julius Chan to resign over the use of foreign mercenaries in Papua New Guinea.
The government is in absolute control of the situation.
People in Port Moresby and all over the country are going about their business normally.
The government is now considering what further action is to be taken against General Singirock.
The former commander is guilty of gross insubordination, and you could conclude from this that he was attempting a coup.
Sir Julius said the general's actions bordered on treason, raising the prospect he may face criminal charges.
The law of the land will take its course.
Relations with Australia have been severely strained over the mercenary affair, Sir Julius all but blaming Canberra for encouraging the revolt. In Parliament, the Prime Minister, Mr Howard, again warned against the use of mercenaries on Bougainville.
That would be a retrograde and an extremely regrettable step.
Offering bipartisan support, the opposition called for tough action against Papua New Guinea.
I do believe that the Bunsen burner needs to be turned up a little.
Australia's one bargaining chip, its $350 million aid program.
If those mercenaries are used, then there will be consequences, and they'll be quite significant.
Mr Howard says he does not believe the rebellion on Bougainville can be resolved by military action. Laurie Wilson reporting for Nightline.
And later in Nightline, the Prime Minister will discuss the latest developments in Papua New Guinea with Paul Lynham. Desperate for information, the father of a missing Perth woman feared taken by a serial killer has made a public appeal for help. Kira Glennon, who vanished on Friday night, is the third young woman to disappear from the trendy Claremont area in just over a year.
Heartbroken, but Dennis Glennon clings to hope.
We are a strong family and I don't cry easily. But Kira's alive. We believe that. And we are confident that the way she's been brought up, she will fight on. And we are hopeful that she will be found at the stage even.
If I could hand up the diagram to you, which will illustrate...
28-year-old Kira, a lawyer, vanished Friday night after leaving a hotel where she'd been with friends, the same area where Sarah Spears went missing, where Jane Rimmer was murdered.
My wife didn't want to come this morning. She is numb with shock. And she, excuse me, she has asked me to appeal to the mothers, the wives, the girlfriends, the ladies in the community who may have a son, a husband, a partner, that they notice is doing something different now or did on Saturday morning. And Una says, look, please help her. We're just distraught.
Today, police scoured the Claremont area for evidence, still trying to piece together Kira's movements, door-knocking local businesses, appealing for public help.
Didn't see anybody strange, nothing strange.
This is a community problem. The police service is here to look after the community, but we can't do it without the assistance of the community.
Kira's only sister Denise planned to be married on Saturday. For now, the wedding will go ahead.
Life must continue. For us, for our family, and for Denise. That's what we intend to do. Kira may be there.
Elizabeth Chester, for Nightline.
The body of a woman in her mid-20s has been found tonight in her home in Warrimoo in the New South Wales Blue Mountains. Police believe the mother of two had been strangled. Her body was discovered by her 7-year-old son when he came home from school. A man is being questioned by police. A lack of federal funds is being blamed in part for a triple fatality at a notorious accident black spot in Queensland. 3 people died when 2 vehicles collided head-on at Riverview, where the Warrego Highway joins the Ipswich motorway. 4 others were injured. Queensland's Transport Minister has called on Canberra for more money to eradicate problem areas on the roads. Plans to stop children joining in some Anzac Day marches next month is dividing the RSL nationally. The Queensland, Western and South Australian branches won't join the ban, claiming kids add to the significance and appeal of the day.
Every year, children remember their heroes on Anzac Day.
I'm marching with my great-grandfather.
And their inclusion appears popular.
And I think it's great to see the young people here today.
But in Sydney and Melbourne, they won't be welcome this year. The RSL enforcing a long-standing but previously overlooked rule, only allowing veterans to march.
As a matter of fact, I reckon you need a good building, the way you carry on.
Provocative Victorian RSL President Bruce Ruxton is leading defence for the decision.
If there's going to be thousands of kids marching on Anzac Day, the march is going to go well into the afternoon and it won't work.
The New South Wales RSL fears the older veterans will stay away.
Instead of taking the 3 to 3.5 hours to get through, he suddenly finds it's 4.5 to 5 hours. And he says, well, I'm not going to come back. I'm getting old. I can't cop this.
But other veterans warn the exclusion will be the death of the Anzac spirit.
I think it's rather silly to wait until there's nobody marching before we allow people to march in the stead of people who have died.
South Australia solved a similar problem 6 or 7 years ago by asking kids to march in a special next of kin group, bringing up the rear. It's been a successful compromise. Queensland and Western Australia will continue to welcome children on Anzac Day marches. Fiona Pye for Nightline.
Mark Taylor's captaincy remains a touchy subject despite Australia's miraculous win in the second cricket test in South Africa. There are no doubts about the quality of his leadership, but there's no shortage of critics saying he must make a bigger contribution with the bat. The skipper, though, isn't bowing to the pressure.
Taylor could barely bring himself to watch the nail-biting final moments of the second test. Mark Waugh's demise on 116 lifted South Africa's hopes. Then the loss of Bevan and Warne heightened the tension to fever pitch.
And all of a sudden...
But Healy clinched victory for the visitors with a towering 6.
That's won the game. There it is.
I just went with it and, wow, it got there.
It's just a great victory. Won't ever forget this game.
While Taylor celebrated, back home the question was again being asked, should he remain as captain?
I believe he should, yeah.
But Taylor's continuing poor form with the bat has left many wondering. Not so Taylor. He says he only needs one good innings to get him back in form.
I just think I need to hit a few in the middle and get things happening for me.
The Aussie captain says he'll know when it's time to go, and that time hasn't arrived.
But I don't want to be a burden on the side either, and I don't think I'm a burden at this stage.
Top of the skipper's agenda now is the rest of the South African tour and, hopefully, the upcoming Ashes series. Chris Castellari, The Nightline.
After the break, the euthanasia debate reaches a critical point and British PM John Major facing a crushing election defeat by Labor.
On a current affair. Remember little Drew, the 4-year-old boy condemned to life in hospital?
We won't give up till we get him home.
Now your generosity has set him free. And he's home at last.
Words can't describe how happy we are.
Tomorrow, 6:30.
It's hard to know what was going through Craig Breedlove's mind as he broke the world land speed record for the 3rd time. But it probably wasn't his tyres. Goodyear. Breedlove's first choice.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
At the recent World Cheese Championships, Australia won Best Hard Cheese and Best Soft Cheese. So don't look overseas for great cheese. Look for Australian made or the Dairy Goods symbol.
Brand new Toyota Camry CSI. Impressively quiet with more interior space, outstanding performance and fully independent suspension. Plus, power steering, electric mirrors, central locking, split fold rear seats and a 3-year 100,000-kilometre warranty. All for just $24,990 drive away. Now that's great value.
Get it! Get that feeling, Toyota!
The very affordable Camry at your Toyota dealer right now.
Already, over 500,000 people have joined Australia's most attainable reward program. With the Telstra Visa card, they're enjoying rewards such as free Qantas flights, shopping vouchers, even cashbacks. And with the new Qantas Telstra Visa card, they're earning reward points towards Qantas frequent flyer points and more. Join 500,000. Apply for either card now.
If you could get a front-wheel alignment and safety check, including 4-wheel rotation, brakes, shockers, front-end check and more for just $29.95, wouldn't that be your first choice? McLeod and Goodyear Auto Service Centre Great Sale. Your first choice.
The Victorian opposition is demanding the resignation of Premier Jeff Kennett over his admission that he did know about a legal settlement between former Finance Minister Ian Smith and his ex-lover Cheryl Harris. It's been claimed taxpayers footed the bill for the alleged payment of up to $130,000 to Ms Harris. Mr Kennett told Parliament today he'd forgotten details of the deal after claiming on Sunday he knew nothing of the secret payout. With pressure to prove taxpayers' money was not used, the Premier will ask that the secrecy agreement regarding the settlement be lifted. New South Wales Environment Minister Pam Allen is refusing to apologise to the Great Lakes Council on the state's north coast after claiming it was responsible for the recent outbreak of hepatitis A. One man died and several hundred people suffered serious illness, all linked to oysters. The minister claimed were contaminated by leaks from council sewage ponds. The EPA is now pointing the finger at pleasure boats, leaks from household septic tanks, and the oyster industry itself accused of having poor toilet facilities. Problems mostly the domain of the state government. Greens Senator Bob Brown wants an end to parliamentary debate on euthanasia until there's a referendum on the issue. He says opinion polls show most people support the right to choose to die. As debate continues in the Senate, the partner of a dying woman has attacked attempts to overturn the Northern Territory's euthanasia laws.
Martin is the long-term partner of a 56-year-old Territory woman dying from stomach cancer who wants to use the voluntary euthanasia laws. His message to senators:
It's a disgrace that Andrews bill and anybody voting for it is sentencing other Australians in the future to a possible long, debilitating death.
Martin's partner writes, if the Andrews bill is successful, this will put me into an impossible position as I face a particularly difficult death. The prospect of recurrent bowel obstruction with the associated pain and indignity is almost too much for me to contemplate. Dr. Nitschke says the Governor-General may be approached.
There was a possibility that the individuals caught up in this mess will appeal to the Governor-General.
In Canberra, a depressing sight for voluntary euthanasia advocates.
There is only one way to prevent the slide down the slippery slope, and that is not to get on it. I must, as a matter of conscience, support this bill, but no one has the right to take another's life.
Labor Senator Bob Collins will tonight move a motion to defeat the Andrews bill.
To be redrafted so that it actually applies right across Australia, equally to states and territories.
Laurelie Fong Lim for Nightline.
A Russian passenger plane has crashed near the southern city of Stavropol. All 48 people on board are feared dead. The aircraft was on its way to the Turkish city of Trabzon on the Black Sea. Rescue teams are still trying to reach the crash site. An Australian tourist has been trampled to death by an elephant in northern Thailand. 57-year-old William Park from New South Wales reportedly tried to feed a tethered elephant a bunch of bananas. Police say the animal knocked Mr. Park down with his trunk, then crushed him. Omens obviously don't worry British Prime Minister John Major, who has chosen May the 1st, Labor Day, to fight a general election. His Conservatives face an enormous task to retain power. Tony Blair's Labor Party is streets ahead in the polls. From London, Daniel Blyde reports.
It's only a short drive around the corner, but Britain has been waiting for this for months. John Major arriving at Buckingham Palace, about to let the Queen in on one of his worst-kept secrets.
That I've seen Her Majesty the Queen this morning and sought her permission for a dissolution of Parliament and a general election on the 1st of May.
6 long, tortuous weeks to go, the longest campaign this century, and the Tories desperately need every minute. Latest opinion polls have them struggling 25 points behind Labor.
He says, "Oh no," said Mr. Bear.
No wonder their leader's renowned for his permanent Colgate grin.
This campaign is going to be about the condition of Britain now and the future of Britain, that Britain can be better than this.
Which isn't too hard to imagine with images like this. Few better sum up Tory fortunes. John Major's accident-prone Minister for Mad Cow Disease. Despite months and repeated promises he'd fix it, Britain's beef is still banned. The economy is healthy, but the Tories are too busy self-destructing over European Union, disastrously split over whether to join, their leader trapped on the fence.
Weak, weak, weak.
The one-time Iron Lady tried to correct impressions. Even she had switched camps, last week saying Mr. Blair wouldn't let Britain down.
I don't expect to see Prime Minister Blair. Mr. Blair is different from Prime Minister Blair. I'm fighting for Prime Minister Major.
But just like her, after 18 years in power, the Conservatives aren't what they used to be. Nothing seems to be going right. And when you're down, no one wants you. Rupert Murdoch's Sun newspaper, who claimed they won the last election for Major, announced this time they favoured a different winner.
We are supporting Mr. Blair because we see him as a dynamic, exciting, energetic new leader for this country. Quite frankly, we think the Tories are tired out and incapable of governing.
John Major's greatest hurdle, perhaps, is convincing Britain the election isn't already over. No one in history has come back from here. Indeed, some members of his own cabinet are now openly squabbling about who might replace him as leader of a new opposition. In London, Daniel Blyde reporting for Nightline.
There were more signs today that calm is gradually returning to much of Albania. The sidewalk cafes are open again and markets are back in business in the capital Tirana. But callous thugs are bullying thousands of Albanians besieging port cities in a desperate bid to escape to Italy. Terrorising families, the gunmen are demanding $700 for the 60-kilometre trip. The police, when they arrived, were no help at all. Thousands of Peruvians have stopped work for a demonstration to mark the 90th day of the Lima hostage crisis. The show of solidarity for the remaining 72 remaining captives was noisy enough to win the approval of those inside the Japanese embassy compound. Authorities say negotiations to end the standoff are at a crucial stage. A US government inquiry has heard new evidence about the danger to children of passenger side airbags. The researcher, who 20 years ago urged their installation, today warned they had killed 38 children and that drastic changes were necessary. Manufacturers are already cutting inflation pressures and the speed of the bag's release. Some parents are disconnecting airbags on the passenger side. Some cars now have switches to disable the bags. Families may also be forced to make children under 12 travel in rear seats. Texas pilot Linda Finch today began an attempt to close the circle on one of the great misadventures of aviation. She set out in the historical slipstream of Amelia Earhart, who disappeared in 1937 while trying to fly around the world. In the same sort of plane, Finch's route will include an Australian stopover. Nick McCallum was in San Francisco for her departure.
Like the woman who inspired this recreation, Linda Finch has become America's sweetheart.
Thank you.
As she farewelled her family, the Texas grandmother said she was spreading the gospel according to Amelia Earhart.
That message was that you could have your dreams and you could accomplish more with your life and give more back. And we want to bring that message back to people today and remind people of what a hero Amelia was.
Linda's Odyssey, 43,000 kilometres in a fully restored version of Amelia Earhart's plane.
I believe that women have as much courage as men.
60 years ago today, Earhart left the same airport, attempting to be the first person to fly around the equator. But just days after her stopover in Australia, she disappeared without a trace over the Pacific Ocean. Linda's recreation will follow Earhart's route, more than 30 stops in 20 countries over 10 weeks. In early May, she'll land in Darwin. And when she flies over the area where Amelia disappeared, she'll throw a wreath overboard.
Well, every once in a while there's a little bit of an eerie feeling, and I'm sure that will be one of those times.
Linda knows there are risks, but a friend has given her an Aussie good luck charm.
He gave me a boomerang, and much to my children's pleasure, remind us that they always come back.
In San Francisco, Nick McCallum for Nightline.
In a moment, Paul Lynham talks with Prime Minister Howard.
Wednesday on Good Medicine, meet the brain attack team who could save your life.
My life is back to normal.
Plus, getting the green light when it's safe to have sex and the extraordinary steps one person took to look younger.
Oh, my God.
Good Medicine, 8 o'clock Wednesday on 9.
You'll see the face of change in stylish new Ford Mondeo. A car that delivers the perfect balance of grace and precision. And luxury and technology have a new face in Taurus. A car so advanced you can drive for 150,000 kilometers before the first tune-up is due. And just to keep you smiling, both cars come with a new 3-year, 100,000 kilometer bumper-to-bumper warranty. The new faces of Ford.
Did you lock up?
If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
Here's some more innovations from Linda Forklifts. Ever seen an 82-degree steering lock? Oh, so comfortable, just like sitting in a car. And the operating costs are lower than any other forklift. They just work and work and work. These low-revving engines are so quiet, they hardly even vibrate. German design. In fact, the most efficient engine transmission package on the market.
Linda, the world's #1 in forklifts.
I've been jumping for 3 years now, so I guess how far I go all depends on how high I go. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to fly. Now I can.
A crisis in Papua New Guinea and politicians' travel allowances. They're national talking points, and they're on the agenda tonight as Prime Minister Howard now joins Paul Lynham in Canberra.
Prime Minister, welcome to Nightline.
Pleasure.
Do you think the situation in PNG has eased now?
Well, it's eased, and I'm pleased that the authority of the elected government has been asserted. It obviously still remains today, and I repeat it on your program tonight.
Along with that stick, there's also the carrot, isn't there? Does that involve perhaps more military assistance?
Well, what
and
we have done,
peace talks in Bougainville?
What we have done is to put some appropriate alternatives on the table to the use of the mercenaries. I had 4.5 hours talks with him in Sydney the weekend before last, and he has a very clear view of what we are willing to do and what we intend to do if certain circumstances elapse.
On the work for the dole scheme, the legislation goes to the Parliament tomorrow.
Yes.
Will the government resist attempts to amend it, to try to put more training into it, to make it more a pathway to real jobs?
Well, we have other programs dealing with that. I mean, this is a work for the dole program, and we won't want it amended in a way that robs of its efficacy. We'll have a look at any amendments that are put up. But
so how will you benchmark the success or failure of this scheme?
Well, that's the whole purpose of the pilots, to establish benchmarks, see how these schemes work.
Well, what will you be looking for?
Well, we'll be looking for community response, and if the early signs are any guide, it's fantastic. It's talked about very widely, particularly in regional Australia.
Jeff Kennett's been talking about it too.
Yes, he has, I noticed that. Our members are very keen about it, and to work out the value of the unemployment benefit.
Well, Jeff Kennett says that it's crazy to exclude work in industry. He says that's where youngsters will pick up the sort of experience that will help them get into real jobs.
Yes, but you have training schemes for that, and you can't ask people to work 5 days a week for the dole, because that would amount to paying them $2 or $3 an hour.
The first report on Senator Colston's travel claims was not tabled, as promised, in the Senate today. Is he getting special treatment from the government?
No.
Well, he requests and then receives extra time to explain. Then he'll put a published...
Hang on a moment. He made that request of the President of the Senate. I got no control over the President of the Senate.
There's nothing going on behind the scenes?
Oh, look, break it down. Look, he's not getting any special treatment. If you want to ask about the circumstances of that extension of time, go and ask the President of the Senate.
From your long parliamentary career, have you ever heard of anyone before claiming travel allowance for 265 days in 1 year?
Yes, I have actually.
Oh, Paul Keating?
No, well, look, I don't carry around a recollection, but I do recall some claims being made for numbers of days that were equal to or in excess of that, yes.
And what about doing committee work on an Easter Sunday?
Well, look, I don't have access to all of that.
But look,
yeah,
these documents we've put out today, these are senators' travel claims over the last 5 years, and I would have thought that Howard's battlers would look at this and say, this is like a licence to print money, this is offensive.
Well, I would have thought Howard's battlers, if people have rorted the system, are entitled to be angry. That applies to anybody who's rorted the system. Now, I haven't gone through those. I've had a few other things on my plate today, but
there's not much of a plot, but it's very interesting reading.
Well, it may be interesting reading. Paul, my position is very simple, that there are privileges attached to being a Member of Parliament, and I have no time for any Member of Parliament on either side who abuses privileges. Where they are abused, people deserve everything they get. Equally, everybody's entitled to a fair hearing and to a presumption of innocence.
So let the cards fall where they may?
Indeed, where they may, no matter who is involved.
Prime Minister, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Gina, back to you.
Thanks, Paul. Still to come on Nightline, the finance and weather, and in sport, band runner Dean Capobianco plans his next step, the Golden Slipper draw, and Super League sticks by its video referee.
Then the kick by Bill. Ridge got a hand with downward pressure on it. He's called for the replay.
Wednesday night at the movies.
Shall I let you into a secret?
2 separate murders in one brilliant mystery. For the first time on television.
Perhaps you just like dressing up in women's clothing.
Wednesday 8:30, Taggart, Babushka on Channel 9.
New Reach Access toothbrush with the power-packed access tip to boldly sweep Clark where no Reach toothbrush has swept before. New Reach Access sweeps cloth from extremely hard-to-reach places.
Eagle's Nest, this is Red 1, going in for refuel, over. Then heading for home, Red 1. Roger.
Low on time and low on fuel? Try Mobile Card Express. First, swipe your card, then fill up, and you're away.
This is Red 1, fueling complete.
Did you remember to pick up the milk?
Card Express, fastest way to pay at the pump at selected mobile service stations.
Young Gary understood that if you choose your time wisely, you receive much better value for money. That's why he's part of the Smart Power team at Western Power. When you choose off-peak to run major appliances, the Smart Power meter can cut your power bills by up to 30%. The Smart Power meter. It's just one of the ways we're getting better.
Some people haven't noticed, but ever since it arrived, the Audi A4 has caused quite a sensation. In Germany, it outsells its luxury car rivals. In 7 out of 7 countries around the world, it won the Super Touring Championship. And now it's the fastest growing luxury car in Australia. Oh yes, the Audi A4. It's causing quite an impact.
New Reach Access toothbrush with the power-packed access tip to boldly sweep Clark where no Reach toothbrush has swept before. New Reach Access sweeps cloth from extremely hard-to-reach places.
To sport now, and Super League is sticking by its video referee despite an embarrassing blunder during last night's game between Cronulla and Auckland. The video ref ruled a fair try to the Sharks, even though Warriors fullback Matthew Ridge clearly touched the ball down first. The decision did not affect the outcome, and Super League says with the video ref used 30 times this season, this was the first error. The 4-year ban brought down last night on Australian athlete Dean Capobianco has left the sprinter shattered, but determined to fight on and clear his name over steroid charges. As Mark Ferguson reports, Capobianco claims crucial drug test results were ignored and documents fabricated.
What had begun as a day of hope in Monte Carlo ended in despair in London. Dean Capobianco putting plenty of distance between himself and the IAAF decision that has virtually destroyed his athletics career.
I was shattered, and it was very hard for me to accept that because firstly, I didn't commit the offence, and secondly, when you fight so hard to clear your name, I felt that that case was judged before I had even taken the stand.
Capobianco's legal team claims much of its evidence was completely ignored by the IAAF tribunal. His lawyer today adamant an innocent athlete has been wrongly suspended for 4 years.
To have evidence withdrawn or withheld or suppressed is a fundamental infringement of your rights. We want to get Dean reinstated as soon as possible.
The IAAF remains uncertain if Dean Capobianco consumed the banned substance deliberately, and still the Federation claims its only option was to suspend the Australian sprinter for 4 years.
I can't accept it. I've got to challenge it. I've got no choice but to challenge it.
Before Dean Capobianco begins that fight, his first priority is a reunion with family and friends in Australia. In Monte Carlo, Mark Ferguson for Nightline.
It was the luck of the barrier draw today in the countdown to Saturday's $2 million Golden Slipper at Rosehill Gardens. It was good news for slipper favourite General Nedim, drawn in barrier 4. The Bill Mitchell-trained colt has been heavily backed since winning the Magic Millions Classic in January, and today firmed to 9-4. Encounter, second favourite at 4-1, will come out of barrier 7. Other fancies didn't fare as well. Knowledge drawing 14, Guineas to start from 11.
Gate 11.
In finance news, the Australian share market closed 23 points down today. In Tokyo, the Nikkei was up 391 points. In London tonight, the FT 100 is 24 points down in morning trading. Gold is fetching $347.75 US an ounce. And in European trading tonight, the Aussie dollar is buying 78.70 US cents, 1.32 Deutschmark, 96 yen and 49p. To the national weather. And there's a cold front approaching the southeast. A high is nearing Western Australia, while lows dominate the north. The forecast, fine conditions for Brisbane and Darwin, mostly sunny in Sydney, fine for Melbourne, showers expected in Canberra, Hobart and Adelaide. And for Perth, a fine day ahead. That's all the latest news this Tuesday night. I'm Gina Boone, and from all of us here at Nightline, good night.
This program proudly brought to you by Lockwood. If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
Captain's log, stardate 42779.1. We're en route to the Epsilon 9 sector for an astronomical survey of a new pulsar cluster. In the meantime, Ensign Crusher will be diverting to Starbase 515 for Starfleet exam. These...
Wednesday on Good Medicine, meet the Brain Attack team. It could save your life.
My life is back to normal.
Plus, getting the green light when it's safe to have sex. And the extraordinary steps one person took to look younger.
Oh, my God.
Good Medicine, 8 o'clock Wednesday on 9.
Did you look up?
If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
Thanks, Australia, for making Valvoline #1.
Your eyesight is precious. Before you choose your next spectacle frame, ask your Just Spectacles practitioner to show you the Sofilo Elasto range.
Every Elaster frame is equipped with the uniquely flexible calibrated hinges, the only ones of their kind in the world, and because of this technology, they assure a lifetime of opening and closing. It's time for you to experience Sofilo Elaster and find out why they are known as the ultimate eyeglass frames. Just Spectacles also bring you the most comprehensive range of designer frames from Italy. Gucci, Gianfranco Ferre, Ralph Lauren, Blue Bay and Burberry's. Be it stunning designer frames or the ultimate in comfort, Just Spectacles bring you a range of unsurpassed quality. Ask about Just Spectacles, buy one, get one free offer.
Entering Rhomboid Droniger Sector 006.
I have a ship on target path.
Slow to impulse speed.
Aye, sir.
I'm sorry, Ensign. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I just hate the prospect of another damned cardiac replacement.
We are far from home.